All right, Palmer, let's get to it. And we'll start at quarterback. And it's almost a 2 or 3 step process and evaluation here. We got JT Daniels, proven commodity, but is he going to be elite? Then we've got the category of backups and a very talented room. You've got Stetson Bennett, who has the most experience. Then you've got a couple highly sought after recruits who are starting to get into the system. So sort it out from JT on down.
Yeah, last time I was on with you, we did talk about this where, we said, hey, JT Daniels, very clear-cut starter, and he showed that on Saturday. Went 28 of 41 for 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, didn't throw an interception, he really settled in as the game, went along. Early on you could see, maybe he was knocking off a little rust in terms of, just playing in front of fans and on the big stage. And really, as the game went along, settled in, progressed from hitting his checkdowns to making some plays downfield. He was working with a limited group of wide receivers that I know we'll talk about. Had 6 scholarship guys that were not active on Saturday, and so it was really good to see him. He looked very comfortable. In terms of. And I guess that's easy to say for a spring game because you're not going to get hit. You're wearing that white jersey and not getting touched by the defensive linemen. It's easy to be comfortable in the pocket, step up into some things that you may not be able to actually step up to once the bullets are actually flying. But in terms of what JT Daniels was asked to do on Saturday, he did it really well. Like I said, he looked good. And, I think Georgia is very confident in what they have in terms of QB1. Down on the line, Stetson Bennett would be the second quarterback if called upon. Like we said, if Daniel's helmet came off mid-game, Stetson has to step in. It would be Bennett that steps in. He didn't get a ton of reps this spring, didn't get a ton of reps in the game. I think he only ran 2 or 3 drives, one of which ended on the first play of the drive with a quick interception. But he went 3 of 4. That was the interception was his only incompletion for 58 yards, was helped big time by a couple of big receptions. Adonai Mitchell had a nice one with him, Demetrius Robertson, and Bennett actually led the first touchdown drive for Georgia, marching them down the field and getting his red squad on the board first with as Zamir White punched it in from 2 yards out. I think Stetson, he looked comfortable. You could tell that he's spent the most time around this Georgia program. It looks very comfortable in this Georgia offense. And, again, if Georgia has to, turn to a backup in a scenario where it's quick change, Stetson is going to be the guy. Then on the black team, it was Carson Beck and Brock Vandegrift, and those are your 2 longer-term backup options. The development of these quarterbacks is going to be huge because those are the guys that are going to be competing for the job once Daniels is gone. Carson Beck took most of the reps with the 2s this spring. He went 22 of 31 for 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. His 1 interception was not great. It was really overthrown over Arian Smith, and you could see that he was struggling, maybe putting the ball right on the money. Overthrew Smith 2 or 3 times on Saturday. Missed another target in the end zone. Like Daniels, he settled in as the game went along. But, to me, Brock Vandegrift stood out more than Carson Beck, just in terms of what Vandegrift was able to do with his legs. Looked very comfortable moving around the pocket. I think his first play, they rolled him out to the right and he completed a pass downfield. He ended up going to 6 of 9 for 47 yards and had a couple of rushes as well. Only showed up with 3 yards on the stat sheet, thanks to some sacks, but did have a long of 13. So, I think Georgia feels very confident in terms of what they've got in this quarterback room. Kirby was asked after the game if this is the best he's felt about a quarterback room. And, he said that, top to bottom, he feels really good about all 4 of those guys. in Daniels, Bennett, Beck, and Vandegrift, he wouldn't really compare it to some of the other rooms that he's had, but he did know that he felt really good about these 4 quarterbacks. Thinks that they're all bright, intelligent guys and they continue to challenge each of them in their development. So, I think in terms of quarterback, Georgia can feel very confident in where it's at headed into this 2021 season.